The following video has been designed to show you how to manage and maintain what's arguably one of your most valuable assets, your client database. Successful marketing relies entirely on the quality of the information you hold within that database. And because without this, not only do you have no way of ascertaining which of your future promotions and offers will most appeal to your clients, you've also potentially got no way of letting them know about them in the first place. Ensuring your salon's capturing the right information isn't particularly difficult. It just requires you to put a few processes and procedures into place. So the first thing you can do to improve your existing information is to ensure all clients who visit your salon complete a blank client record card. And these can be printed off directly from iSalon by going into the menu icon on the top left-hand side of the main iSalon screen, then selecting the Clients icon, then the Client Reports icon, and finally the Blank Record Cards icon. Once a record card opens up on screen, you can print copies of these off onto your report printer by selecting the printer icon at the very top of the page and then simply typing in the number of copies that you want. Something else you can do to improve your existing data is to implement the Client Rules feature in iSalon. Basically what this does is it lets you specify certain fields on a client record card that have to be filled in before a user can proceed any further. So to do this, select the menu icon on the top left-hand side of the main iSalon screen, then select the Setup icon, then select the Client Rules icon. What you'll now see is a form very similar in layout to one of your existing client record cards, with all the field names shown on the left-hand side. So let's have a look at the required column first of all. This is used to specify if the information needs to be completed and at what point it needs to be completed. So as we can see here, the first name and surname fields and also the at least one phone field are highlighted in green and required for create and transaction. And this means they must be completed when a record is first added onto iSalon and also when a bill is put through. And the other options, if we look at the email field here, are not required, which means you don't require this field to be filled in. Create and transaction, as we've already discussed. And transaction only, which basically means it requires filling in when a client comes to pay their bill. So in this particular example, we're going to go down to the birthday field and the birth month fields and set these to transaction only, so that we make sure we capture that information not when the record's first added onto iSalon, but when the client comes and pays their bill instead. Now we're going to have a look at the validation column. And what this is used for is to specify the type of information you want to see entered into the corresponding field. So for example, in a postcode field, you'd only want to see a valid postcode format entered. And in the email field, you'd only want to see an email address entered. And anything that differs to this will not be accepted. So we're going to set the email field to the email option here. And we're also going to set each of the phone number fields to any number. So once you've implemented your client rules in iSalon, you'll notice a few changes to the layout of a standard record card, and you'll also be prompted to update your existing record cards whenever you put a bill through in iSalon. And once you've activated all of your client rules in the way that best reflects your salon, all you need to do is select the green tick on the very bottom right of that screen to save your changes. So let's have a look at exactly how that works. First of all, we're going to select the in-salon client list from the left-hand toolbar on the main screen of iSalon. And then we're going to select the price alongside the name of the client whose bill we want to pay. And a pop-up message now appears saying that the client record needs to be completed. So we select the green tick and it takes us straight through to the client record card. And as we can see here, the field that needs completing is highlighted. So email is highlighted in red, and there's also an exclamation mark as well. So all we do is type in the client's email address, or if they don't have an email address, we can just put a tick in the box alongside it saying no email. Once we've made our changes, we select the green tick on the bottom right to save them, and then simply repeat the procedure to take the client through to the till screen and pay. So now we've dealt with the issue of updating the records of existing clients who regularly visit the salon and also capturing the right information for new clients. But there are other factors you also need to consider within your database, such as duplicate client records and also long lost clients, i.e. those who will never return. So let's look first of all at our duplicate clients. iSalon has a client duplication report that will highlight any records it believes to be duplicated based on the first and the last names being the same. So to run the report, select the menu icon on the top left hand side of the main iSalon screen. Then select the Clients icon. Then select the Client Reports icon. And finally select the Client Duplication icon. Once the report's loaded up on your screen, you can print a copy off onto your report printer by selecting the printer icon at the very top. You can then work your way manually through that report to confirm which of the records shown are in fact duplicates. And the best way of doing this is to check for matching phone numbers and or address details. Once you've worked out which of the records are in fact duplicates, you can then merge the record with the least information into the record with the most information. So to do this, you'll need to select the menu icon from the top left hand side of the main iSalon screen. Then select the Clients icon. Then select the Merge icon. Now you'll need to type in all or part of the surname of the first client you wish to merge. The list on the screen will then narrow down to show only clients matching that surname. Double click on the record that you want to keep, i.e. the one with the most contact information, and the client details will then appear over on the right hand side of the screen. You now need to double click on the record you want to merge with that first one. And a pop-up message will then appear confirming that you want to merge the two records together. Select the green tick to confirm, and one record will now exist. So now to finish off, we're going to look at how we deal with our long lost clients, i.e. those who for whatever reason are unlikely to ever return to the salon. If you keep these records active in your live database, not only does it slow it down and make it harder to locate existing client records, it also costs you money if you're going to include them in your marketing promotions. So the best way to deal with these clients is to archive them. And it doesn't remove them from iSalon completely, all it does is hides them and makes them inactive. And they can always be reinstated in the future if the client suddenly decides to return. So to archive your long lost clients, you'll first of all need to locate their records, and we do this within the marketing module of iSalon. So from the main iSalon screen, select the menu icon on the top left hand corner, then select the Clients icon, and then select the Marketing icon. Once the marketing screen appears, select the Advanced button towards the bottom right of that screen. Now we can build our marketing search. So select the grey Add Criteria button, and then select the drop down arrow to the right of the field name box. You now want to select the number of visits option from that list. In the comparison box, you want to select equal to, and in the number box we want to type in 0. Then on the first calendar we want to go back 2 years from today's date. Select the green tick to save that search line. And then select the grey Add Criteria button again so we can add an additional line to the search to eliminate any clients who also have an appointment booked. So select the drop-down arrow to the right of the field name box and locate the No Appointments option from the list. If you continuously type N into your keyboard, the No Appointments option will eventually appear. Now on the second of the two calendars, go forward 2 years from today's date. Select the green tick to save the second line of search criteria, and now you can run the selection and generate your list of clients by selecting the Run Selection button at the very bottom of the screen. Once the list of clients appears on the screen, you can then select the Archive All button, and depending on the number of clients in your list, it may take a few seconds before the pop-up message appears confirming that all of the client records have been archived.